Welcome to this tutorial where I am going to be showing you a quick, handy way to take our free artwork from the Medic Tutorials website and alter it to suit the needs of any assignment or presentation you might be doing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is jump on over to our website medictutorials.com and search our resource library for the basic art you are looking for, whether it be a heart like I have up on the screen now, intestines, a liver, eyes, ears, a nose, you name it. Once you've found what you need, you can download the image as a .png file. All our art's in that format to maintain quality and so you can alter it easily. And the second thing you're going to need is a copy of Photoshop. Now most versions of Photoshop have the tools we are going to be using here, but in this video I'm using Photoshop CS6. So now we've downloaded our image, we've opened it up on Photoshop, and it's going to open up on a blank layer like we have here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your layers, which is here, and select New. Now when you create a new layer, go down to this layer tab and drag the new layer to the bottom. Select your paint bucket tool and select a black or a dark as possible color and just put that black or dark color on the base or background layer that we just created. So what we're going to be doing now is showing you a cheat way of how to color this image professionally. So we'll show you how to cheat digital painting. And if you're doing a presentation, you may need to highlight the aorta or the arteries coming off the aorta. So we'll use that as the example in this video. But you've got this whole picture of the heart, and you want to highlight the structure that's the focus of your talk. So the first thing you're going to do is select the layer that you've got the heart on, and then go to this lasso tool. So select the lasso, and you're going to outline the aorta. Outline the section that you want to color. So I'm just outlining it here. Paying attention only to be careful within the lines of the painting itself. Outside the lines you don't have to be careful because there is no background. Then we go to adjustments and color balance. So I'll just move this down here. We've got our color balance tab open now, and you're going to see a few options on this window. The first option you'll see is between red and cayenne, magenta and green, and yellow and blue. What we're doing is just altering this grayscale image we have here to suit the most realistic color we can get out of this method. So for shadows, highlights, and midtones, by default we're going to start on midtones, and we know the aorta is a reddish color, so we'll slide the red all the way up and give it a little bit of yellow as well, just so it doesn't look too red and fake. Next we're moving on to the highlights. So I've clicked on the highlights here, and again we're going to play around with the colors until we get something that we feel starting to look a bit realistic. So you can play around with all of these tools and go back and forth between the color balances. And we're going to shadow now. We want the shadow to be a nice dark red, but if I go too far into the pink or the blue, it begins to look a bit unnatural. So we'll go here. This is a good base color before we go into our second tool, which is shadows and highlights. So select shadows and highlights and click see more options. And you're going to take all of these settings right down to the lowest. So shadows and highlights, the amount should be on 0. Color correction doesn't really matter what you do too much. Our main focus is with this midtone contrast. So depending on what you do with the midtone contrast, it's really going to alter how this color is going to show up that you've selected with the color balance. So I'm just going to have a play around with this for a little bit, and you should do the same thing as well until you find something you're happy with. And you can see I'm just quickly having a play through everything now, this is not really necessary for you to do, but if you're a perfectionist, you can just have a muck around with this until you find something that you really like or you think stands out. And then the last thing we're going to do is go back into our color balance tool one more time. The second time we go in now, it's not going to be altering the colors from the grayscale that we started with. It will be altering it from the color that you've already set and picked before. So all we're trying to do here is just make it look a little bit more realistic. And if we go to our highlights, the highlights are definitely going to be lighter, so we'll pull it down towards the blue. And we're starting to get a nice bright red color that doesn't have too much pink or anything like that in it now, and looks like the type of thing you'd see in a textbook. Then from here, all we have to do is just deselect the area we selected with our lasso. And after all that, we're going to end up with something that looks like this. It looks like it's been professionally painted and has got the structure highlighted that you're going to be doing your talk or presentation or anything like that about. And before you save it, just delete the background layer you made initially with the black on it, just to help you pick those colors a bit more easily. And then you can save it and import it into any document you need to. I hope this video has been helpful to you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.